Hello, this video illustrates the difference between the Viper 1 and the Viper 2 articulator. To my left is the Viper 1 and to my right is the Viper 2. If you look at it, they basically look identical. However, the Viper 1 has more of a limited motion. That's the maximum distance it can go down. The Viper 2 can go down just a little bit more. For the most part, the Viper 1 handles most cases, but there are certain cases that needs to go down quite a bit that the Viper 2 can handle. For example, this is an average case. As you can see, you can snap the Viper 1 into place, and it's got plenty of latitude to handle this. But in cases where this actually is even lower, then the Viper 2 will do a better job at handling that. Anyway, if you ever have to use the Viper 1 to go a little further, and the best way to do that is to remove a little bit of the plastic that's there. A good way of doing that is to use a utility knife to remove some of that excess plastic. Just take a little bit off right here. Usually you don't need to take much off. There, and you do the same to the other side. Just take a little bit off right there. And that will help to bring it down a little bit more. So that's how basically how you can adjust that. The other thing to consider as well as the Viper 1 was designed to snap into place where the ball is, and that way you don't have to, you could easily put it together and just snap at the ball. And when you've done that, then at this point you would put the glue in here and then do it on the other side as well. Just glue it. So it's a little easier to snap things into place. But occasionally what happens is there can be some times when you have to do some really fine adjustment, and sometimes the clamping on the ball might get into the way of being able to do really fine-tune adjustment, and it might occasionally create a slight bounce after you've glued it. So the best way to handle that is to just loosen these the ears over here, and all what you need to do is just take a pair of pliers and just slightly bend them outward. You don't need to break them off, just bend them out a little bit. There you go. And then do the same on the other side. And when you put it in here, it's a lot looser. It doesn't snap into place, but it gives you a little finer movement. So that's all what you need to adjust it with. So now you can put it together and be able to move it a little better. So again, you glue it right there. As in this case, this is a Viper 2. It has a looser fit, so you don't need to do it on the Viper 2. So as you can see, it will not hold in it will not snap into place. So it'll just, you will have to use your finger to keep it in place there. And glue, glue. So that's the only thing. Again, you loosen these by pulling it apart just a little bit without breaking them, and do the same on each side. And that's all you need to do to be able to replicate all the movements that we have on the Viper 2. This is the Viper 2, and this is the Viper 1. So you can get all the movements on the Viper 1. Just pull these a little bit to the side, and also if you need to go further down, you can trim a little bit of the plastic on the ball side. That's it.